Hello everyone. So I have been using ThinkPad for many years, but on this particular ThinkPad, I was facing some issues with the Wi-Fi card, and the problem was that sometimes, not always, but sometimes the connection was not stable. So imagine that if you're watching a movie on Netflix, or if you're watching some videos on YouTube, imagine that there is no connection at all, so there is some interruption. So that was of course a bit concerning, although I never really faced any problems while I was doing normal work, but there was certainly a problem with the Wi-Fi card. Now I was thinking of replacing the Wi-Fi card, which you can do very easily. It's a small card that you can purchase from eBay, or maybe you can find it in the used market, depending upon where you live. But I thought maybe I can purchase a Wi-Fi dongle. So what I did, I basically purchased this USB Wi-Fi dongle. It is only £7 here in UK, and I basically connected this particular dongle to my Ultra base here. So if you look at this particular dongle here, this particular dongle is right now connected, and there is a light which is blinking, and it comes with this really nice antenna. So I guess this antenna is definitely doing some work. Now the problem was, although I was happy with the purchase, but the dongle was not really working on Arch Linux. It was working perfectly fine on Windows, and I of course wanted to make it work on Arch Linux. So what I did, I basically so first of all, if you want to maybe work with the Wi-Fi devices, you can use one really nice utility called nmtui. So basically you can use this particular terminal based utility to manage your connections, and this is of course going to work really well if you if you are like me, who is trying to do everything on the terminal, because when you have these terminal based utilities, you can actually connect it to something else, and you can control them quite easily, maybe using your own shell script, or maybe integrate them with your D menu if you want. Now and by the way, if you are not massively comfortable with nmtui, then you can also try the utility which is called as nmtui. So this particular utility is actually it is not really a graphical, it is a graphical user interface, but of course on the terminal. So this is of course a much easier. So Network Manager TUI. So you can also use this nice utility if you want. Now talking about the problem with the dongle. So as I was talking about the dongle working perfectly fine on Windows, but on Linux it was not even detected. So what I did, I basically did some research online, and I found this nice GitHub repository. Although this particular dongle came with let me show you the box actually. So this particular dongle actually came with nice this is the box, and it came with a nice CD, those small CDs that we I think especially if you are like me who started using these small CDs late 90s and early 2000s. We used to install drivers using these mini CDs. So this particular dongle came with this, and I of course wanted to definitely try if I can install the driver. So I tried installing the driver on my Arch Linux running on ThinkPad X20. It didn't work, but I found this GitHub repository. So I'll share the link, don't worry about the link, but if you go to this GitHub repository, it is basically the same driver that was there in the mini CD or micro CD, I don't know. So you just need to install it, And I mean, it's basically, I mean, you can do git clone, and then you have to basically use one shell script called deploy.sh. Now, for this driver to work, for this GitHub repository to basically work, you might also have to update or install. I guess you need to update your kernel header. So depends. You might not need to do it. It depends on your setup. It might be different, but I had to basically do this, update my kernel headers, and then I did a restart of my laptop. And after the restart, I noticed immediately this blue light started to blink, and I was, of course, massively happy about it. So I thought I'll probably share this dongle, not a trick, but basically how to make this dongle work on Arch Linux. I'm sure it might not be the case for each and every dongle, Wi-Fi USB dongle, but if you're using the same model, like the one that I'm using right now, I think this one is I have no idea about the name of the company, but this one is 1200 Mbps, and it says on the dongle 802.11 AC. So if you're using the exact same model, and if you're trying to make it work on Arch, then do try to install the driver. I'll share the link in the description. And that is all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Bye bye.